Okay, I'd like to call to order the Township of Concord monthly meeting. If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First part of our agenda tonight is to list what's going on for the month. Looks like we have a lot of things going on. November 6th, tomorrow night, is the Park and Rec Board meeting. November 8th, there's a bird walk at the Coleman Trail from 8 to 10 a.m. November 8th, there are also pickleball clinics from 12 p.m., registration required. November 8th, the Veterans Day Dance Party at the BYC Gym from 7 to 10 p.m. November 11th, there will be an ordinance hearing here regarding the 2026 proposed Concord Township budget starting at 7 p.m. November 12th, Historical Commission meeting. November 17th, Planning Commission meeting. November 19th, Zoning Hearing Board meeting. November 19th also is Township Leaf Pickup Day for those that registered. November 25th is the council agenda meeting if needed. November 27th and November 28th, the offices will be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday. More information on any of these events could be found from the website. Oh, there you are, Amanda, right? So we can get that done. Okay. Vanita, do you want me to, you ready to go? You'll take care of it? Thank you. All right. Under reports, first report is public safety.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today for public safety, we have Trooper Nguyen here, and he is going to give us the report.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me here.
No problem.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm here on behalf of PSP. I'm from the media station. Today I'm just going to go over some statistics that I have. Just a little bit about myself. Like I said, I'm David Wynn. I am a trooper with the Pennsylvania State Police. I'm out of the media barracks. I'm the assigned community service officer. Just a little bit about PSP. If you're not aware, PSP is Concord Township's local police. So we cover all of Concord Township. Just a little bit else about our responsibility here in Delaware County. We cover about half of Delaware County. That includes about 5 townships, 2 boroughs, and then the 2 highways, I-95 and I-476. Like I said, I'm going to be going over some statistics for you. What I have here today is some stats from January 1st to October 31st of 2024. I'm going to be comparing that to stats from January 1st to October 31st of 2025. So just keep in mind the numbers that I'm going to give you. It's not for the entire year. It'll just be from January to October 2024 and 2025. All right, so in 2024, we handled about 4,847 incidents. In 2025, we handled about 4,283 incidents. In total, for the entire year of 2024, we handled about 5,737 total incidents in Concord Township. When I'm talking about incidents, they consist of crimes, traffic stops, motor vehicle stops, crashes, patrol checks, welfare checks, road hazards, thefts, reports, assaults, anything that you can name regarding our call for service when we come out. So in terms of motor vehicle crashes for 2024, we handled about 361 crashes. 2025, we handled about 374 crashes. Property crimes. So regarding property crimes, they include burglary, damage to property, theft, fraud, ID theft, or retail thefts. For 2024, we handled 329. 2025, we handled 276. So from 2024 to 2025, there's been a decrease in overall property crime. The biggest decreases were in the categories of retail theft and theft. For 2024, there were about 147 incidents that we responded to. 2025, there were 106. So just keep in mind it's about a 41 number drop from 2024 to 2025 in terms of retail theft. That could be a number of different reasons: reporting purpose, like different businesses reporting, our response, things of that nature. But it is a drop. Regarding thefts, 2024 there was 83. 2025 there were 65. So a drop of about 18. So crimes against persons. This category would include reports of harassment, assault, threats, things of that nature. So 2024, there were 73. 2025, 66. Regarding calls for service from PSP Media, so this is anybody calling the state police for service or anybody going to station requesting any kind of assistance whatsoever. 2024, there were 1,267. 2025, there were 1,235. Category of traffic enforcement. So this is any type of reported traffic violation that PSP responds to. Traffic stops that result in DUI or drug possession, checkpoints held, things of that nature. So in 2024, there were 1,317. 2025, there were 946. This could be due to an overall decrease in our overall manpower at the media station. So regarding manpower, that has been a current issue for us. Just to go over some numbers for you. In September, PSP Media received 5 new troopers from the academy, pushing our complement to about 39 troopers assigned to patrol. Currently, PSP Media is operating about 30% below its true number, which should be 57 troopers assigned to patrol. So our true number should be 57. Currently, we have 39. So that's about 30% below what we should be operating at, covering the areas that I just mentioned prior. Additionally, in November, members are going to be transferring out of the media station, which may reduce our number even further. Just want to share some reminders with the community in regards to the approaching holiday season. Just want to provide some reminders on some tips to prevent crime. Just ensure you're locking your cars, keeping valuables out of sight, using security features on your home, such as install cameras, smart lights, alarms to deter thieves. Be cautious of strangers. Just be cautious of providing personal information out to unknown parties, suspicious of unexpected sales and or deliveries. Regarding mail, just make sure you're using the post office and or the blue collection boxes to deliver important mail. Just stay informed, just be up to date with the latest crime prevention tips, and be aware of an uptick of scams, especially during the holiday season. There's a lot of individuals asking for donations, things of that nature. In relation to scams, just be skeptical of unexpected calls or messages, suspicious links, avoid giving out personal information or payment information to unknown callers or individuals. Most of the time, if you feel pressured to act too quickly on something, it's probably too good to be true. More than likely, that's a scam. When in doubt, just hang up and call the organization directly using a legit phone number that you know is from a credible website. Just regarding retail stores within Concord Township, specifically Lululemon, PSP Media is very aware of the ongoing issues. It's doing its best to target and prosecute individuals that commit retail thefts. We currently are working closely with the Township, Lululemon, and ANCAP to create solutions to deter criminals. Just a statistic that I want to provide, from January to now, we do something that's called domestic security checks. So every time we're at a school, we're at a church, a business, we always, the troopers always CAD a number on their computer to keep track of like how many times we've been there. So just pertaining to Lululemon, from January till now, there have been about 201 domestic security checks. So we're there, we're present, just to deter these criminals. And just having somebody present just goes a long way with people thinking about committing crimes or committing the crime, especially at Lululemon. Once they see us parked out front or in the parking lot, they're probably going to think twice about coming in or even stealing something. So at this time, I just want to address any comments, any questions, concerns that the council or the community may have.
I think if I'm understanding, you're at least 10 or 11 troopers shy of what you would be if you were operating at 100%?
So we're about 19, 20.
19, wow,
Yeah.
okay. Is that pretty much the same for the barracks all across the state, or is that just something as you get closer to the metro areas?
It's a southeast problem. There's been a lot of transition out of our station just due to location, cost of living, just the sheer busyness of being here.
Okay.
And a lot of troopers that come in, they're not from the area, so they're probably not going to stay. We have troopers from all over. We have guys from Pittsburgh that are stationed here to guys further up north to all over the state that come here from the academy. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they go.
Okay.
It's kind of dependent on that. But there's a lot of transition at media.
Okay.
So that's why you see a lot of younger troopers that work there.
Okay. Any other questions?
Are there any efforts underway to help reduce that number?
So we constantly get new troopers assigned to Troop K from the academy. So once they get assigned from the academy, they give us a number. And in terms of Troop K, that's media station, that's Get Back in Philadelphia. So the troop gets allocated a number of troopers, and it's up to the troop commander, the captain, to designate how many troopers go to each station. But every time a class graduates, we're getting at least a couple because of the turnover.
John, you had something?
Trooper, you talked about the holiday season with scams and robberies and things of that nature, break-ins. So what do the residents need to do? They wouldn't call 911. Do you have a telephone number, like a non-911 number that they can call?
Yeah, so for us in Delaware County, there's PSP. So we have our own dispatchers at our station. In terms of the other local police, they have a 911 call center, which is called Delcom, and those dispatchers dispatch those local police to different areas. So to get a hold of us, you could dial 911 depending where you're at. The phone towers, they might go to Delcom or they might go to us. A lot of times I recommend calling our station directly. That phone number is 484-840-1000. So if you call that number directly, you'll get one of our dispatchers. Or if you dial 911, you'll get one of our dispatchers or Delcom.
Yeah, I've had that phone number here in my book for a couple of years. I didn't know whether the number changed or it's still the same.
Yeah, so we get a lot of non-emergency calls and emergency calls through the same line. So just be cognizant of like what you're calling about. If it's something minor, maybe come to the station and speak to somebody, just to avoid clogging up the phone lines for emergency calls. But they go to the same phone line, emergency and non-emergency calls.
Okay. I was going to maybe allow a couple questions from the audience, but I want to make sure we stay on point. Sometimes when we ask questions from the audience, we'll get into somebody's dog was barking and what can you do about that? I don't think we're looking for those kinds of questions tonight. Mr. Tucker, please.
Simple question. We reported over 300 plus traffic accidents so far this year. Something in that area.
Yeah, so for 2024 and
How many were
deer-related, so in terms of that incident happened, I'd have to look into it. But just from my knowledge of being in patrol, it's not that high. So and they like how we categorize it is reportable, non-reportable, and then obviously there's injuries or a fatality. It's a different category as well.
The fatality of the deer doesn't count as a fatality?
No, that's an actual fatality, including a person. So.
Yes.
So I do have a question here. You did give us the phone number, the 484. In comparison with 911, and my thoughts are we don't want to overload one line with, simple issues. Would you recommend, how do our residents really sort out when should they call 911 versus this local number? Because I'm assuming at your station, I don't know what the capacity is to handle multiple calls at the same time.
Yeah, so it's a low capacity because we have a lot of turnovers for our communications officers as well. So if it's non-emergency, I recommend just going to the station and then just waiting there to speak to somebody. That way you don't clog up the phone lines, especially if it's something non-priority. You don't want to spend 5 to 10 minutes on a phone call about something minor when there's important emergency calls coming in through 911. So just like I said, just go to the station. You'll speak to a trooper or you'll speak to a dispatcher. So.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good if he's still here, because I called the 1,000 number. It was a Saturday, I think, a week and a half ago. Over by the Concordsville Center, it was dark out. There was a 12 to 14-year-old kid. He had a helmet on, but he was riding an electric bike in the dark. It had no lighting on it. And I called the number. I'm quite certain by the time somebody could get out there, it would have been too late. But the council also may have to think about in the future what we're going to do about these. This kid was making a left turn onto Route 1 coming out of Concordsville Center in the dark on an electric bike. And one thing I should do, I called the 1,000 number, and if nobody's nearby, obviously you're not going to be able to do anything.
Well-
But it kind of goes to both groups, the state police, and is there
Yeah.
something?
I wouldn't know what we could do other than maybe find out where the hell their parents were. But, that's something, I don't know why he was doing that there.
No lights on the bike, and left turn on Route 1 coming out of Concordsville Center.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. All good? Vina, all good?
Yes, yes.
Thank you for coming out, and we hope to maybe do this every 3 months or so. That would be nice. We used to have a rhythm like that, but with the demands on the troopers and how short-staffed you are, we know we're subject to being bumped and because of something else that is more important and more requires your personal attention. So,
Yeah,
but
I'll try to
you're
make an
welcome
effort.
anytime.
Of course, yeah, I'll try to make an effort to be out
Okay.
here more. I'll
So-
stay for a couple more minutes if anybody wants to, speak to me outside or have a question, just to not clog up the meeting today. So I'll be here for a little bit longer. Just
Well,
come up to me.
that's most appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
Thank you, I
Yeah, of course.
appreciate it.
Okay.
I do have
You
an
have one more thing?
update.
One more update? Go ahead, Renita.
This is an update about, last month we had talked about Lululemon and the robberies that have happened at that location. We were able to communicate with AMCAP, who is the retail owner of the space, regarding the security. The response that we have, at least as of now, there will be more communication between them and us. And I'm going to read it verbatim for you. Across the country, retail owners and operators alike are seeing an increase in targeted organized retail theft groups. At AMCAP, we are always actively looking for ways to deter these parties from making our customers feel unsafe in our centers. At the shops at Brinton Lake, we are actively working with our tenants, police department, and third-party vendors to create solutions to the ever-changing security dynamics of our centers. Our greatest tools in combating this targeted theft is twofold: by retiring our base protocol amongst our tenants to help report, document, and deny these attempts, while also pairing these efforts with other external solutions such as camera systems, license plate readers, increased security to deter these incursions, and create a data trail to prosecute those involved. They are working on their additional security measures at this point. Let's hope for more information from them, and I will be communicating those with you as soon as we receive additional information. In the meantime, with the holiday season coming up, I request all residents to please be attentive and make sure you lock your cars. Do not leave anything that may tempt anybody with any undesirable events. Stay safe and hope the season is happy season for everybody. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
President.
Open Space, Trails, and Recreation, John.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've had a successful month of events. We had the Senior Expo. Our annual expo attracted over 90 local vendors and businesses. And we also did a tree planting at Long Meadow Preserve, which is our open space on Temple Road. Over 20 volunteers came out to plant 65 native trees. In our Fall Harvest Festival, Bush Hill Farm, just recently, we had a partnership with Concord Pet Foods and Supplies, and we had over 20 local pet vendors participate. And then you mentioned all the various upcoming events, and the one thing I would like to highlight as well is that we have a bus trip to Lancaster on Wednesday, December 10th, to see Deck the Halls at the American Music Theater, and a lunch at Miller's Smorgasbord afterwards. So purchase your tickets now.
Thank you. Sewer and Public Works, Mr. Gillespie.
Yes, Mr. President, just a few things to bring up regarding the sewer department. In the collection system, pump station generators were replaced, two of them this month, the Concord Hunt Pump Station and Concord Woods. This brings the total to 4, with one more being planned for this year, and then 2026 we'll be doing more. Some of these pump stations are old and they need continuous upgrades. Also, the main sewer plant and Riviera plant are both running well. All systems are operating properly. We've had no weather-related issues and no significant operational issues. And with regard to Public Works, just one item. Most of the staff's time was dedicated to clearing roadside vegetation to improve motorist safety and visibility. Major areas addressed included Alden Avenue, Conchester Highway, Thornton Road, and the vegetation behind the township-owned building at 40 Bethel Road. That's the end of my report.
Okay, thank you. Building and Code Enforcement, Colleen.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had 101 permits processed in the month of October and 37 certificates of occupancy issued. 2 businesses received their final CO, the Ad Education on Wilmington Westchester Pike, and Ombre Spray and Tanning Salon on Westchester Pike. And a few businesses that are coming soon. The Extra Storage Space is pouring their concrete pad for their expansion. LL Bean will be moving into Staples. That plan is still under review. Texmar is moving into the old Arugula. And Hot Clucks is the former Real Latin Kitchen. We received their application as well. So a few new businesses that are planned to come in soon.
Okay, Planning Commission, Larry.
Concord Township Planning Commission activities for October. The Planning Commission agenda meeting along with the public meeting were both held in October. An extension was granted for the Cipollone minor subdivision at 104 Kirk Road. That will be extended until February 3rd of 2026. The Concord Acquisitions LLC, shops at Concord, their project team came to the public meeting to discuss the reviews that have been completed and the public comment and emails. Scheduled for the month, the agenda meeting, as stated earlier, will be on November 12th, and the public meeting will be on the 17th. That's it for planning.
Yes, I don't know if there's anyone here this evening from either Chadsford Township or Concord Township who believes that council will be considering the shops at Ridge, otherwise known as the Concord Acquisitions. You want me to keep talking? I'll turn.
Here. See if this changes the dynamic.
With respect to that application, Be advised that Township, the zoning hearing officer, Mr. Cavadias, has issued a ruling that the proposed gas station use will require zoning relief. So they're going to have to appear before the zoning hearing board with respect to the gas station use. Consequently, the project is going to be delayed. So we expect to receive correspondence within the next couple days from the applicant's attorney, moving deadlines back to the end of March of 2026. So following up what Larry just said, I don't believe the Planning Commission will be considering it this month if in fact they grant the continuances. And that's all I have right now.
Thank you. Nate, Township Engineer.
Sure, I'll give the microphone a quick shot here. Just a few updates. We are working with PICO and the developer for the Orchard Knoll site. There was a gas main and sewer main conflict there at their new access. PICO has been out this week, so we're hoping to get that resolved to complete that work on Britton Lake Road for that access. They've got the first lot underway in that neighborhood, so we're working with the NV team on the lots. I would not expect the second lot to be constructed till the spring. We've got 2 construction projects underway. We're working on the Bush Hill Barn stabilization. Hopefully everybody's been able to swing by there. The pictures and the painting, looking really good. Really good contractor. I know it was some pain to get there, but I think that's going to work out real well. Also the Carter Way Stream Bank Restoration Project over behind Wawa off of Carter Way, part of our MS4 and PRP permitting. That is underway this week, so that'll be moving. 2 other notes with PennDOT. They have received our request for additional deer crossing sign, specifically for Bethel Road, so they're reviewing that. We also had a conversation with them on our various signal issues and concerns, notably Evergreen Drive in Baltimore Pike, Evergreen Drive in 322 in Fellowship, and 322 Matson and Featherbed. They've given us some feedback. We're working with our team as well as our signal maintenance contractor. My expectation is for our December meeting, I will have some action items for council, whether to pursue some additional costs from permitting or construction, and I'll have that on your list for approvals in December.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Amanda, what do you got?
Sure. I just want to quickly reiterate again that we have the budget hearing on November 11th at 7 o'clock p.m. Thank you so much to everyone who has emailed us with ideas and suggestions. It's fantastic to have the engagement. We've been putting that out in our newsletter every single week for the last several weeks, so it's been nice having some feedback. Additionally, I just want to point out, I see Mr. Tucker here. Notice was sent across the street. Haven't been able to get a hold of them, but I just wanted you to know that while you're sitting here. That was your public comment, I know. Thanks.
Public citizen comment. We'll start on this side of the room first if there's anyone. Yes, ma'am.
This is my first time here. I don't really know how it goes. My name is Amy Snyrus. I live at 141 Governor Markham Drive.
Okay.
I live next to a development that Bill Mezek has been working on. It's been going on for no less than 3 years, I feel, although I've been living next to a construction zone. I've been in contact with Nate. I've been in contact with Amanda. I got Jim Callahan on speed dial. It's really bad over there. It almost brings me to tears to sit and talk about it. I'm going to point out 4 main points. John, I love to hear that there were 65 trees planted. I had 42 deciduous trees taken down next to my house. Not one of them has been replanted. Is there a replanting plan that when somebody comes in and takes down 42 deciduous trees, they have to replant them? Question?
There's normally a review of the on-site trees, and depending on the caliper, Nate, I'll let you handle it from there.
Yeah, I mean, Amy, I can certainly, I know we've been in touch on various issues, so
Yeah.
I hopefully, trying to be respectful and responsive, I can certainly take a second look at the plan, see how many we're supposed to remove, see what's being planted, and take a closer look at that and make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, I feel like I've been told that since we met out at the property last November. If you remember, Bill said he was going to start replanting. That never happened. It's now 2025, so I'd like that to go on record.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he was, and I think we've talked about this, but he was put on hold due to DEP, so there was the delay from DEP while he obtained his permit. So there was, and I don't have the math, but there was a 6, 9, 12-month delay where he couldn't do anything and he was kind of stuck in neutral there. So that caused some issues too.
So I've talked to the one lot that's been sold. They said there's no plan from the builder to build any trees on their lot. I also talked to the owners who just purchased Lot 2. I saw them on Sunday. I myself spent $5,000 on trees to start putting a barrier up because I'm not going to wait for Bill, but there's no accountability there. Lot 2 said there are no trees being planted. They were told by the builder. They got 5 arborvitaes, and that's all that's going up.
All right.
So it's great to hear that 65 went up. I had 42 taken down.
Like I said, I'll take a closer look and I will get back to
All
you.
right, Nate,
Okay.
I live right on Patricia, so let me know when you're going over there next. And if you're around, let's go take a look and take a walk.
I'm there, yep. My second point is the construction starting before 7 a.m.
Okay.
Okay, I live next door. It's been going on for a long, long time. I'm kind of astonished that it's my responsibility to take pictures and video and prove that it's going on. So me as a citizen, I'm out in my driveway taking video of it and then having to send it to the township. It's not my job to police that. It happened again this morning, 6:40. I've got tractor trailers at 6:40 outside of my house. Last time I reported it, it was 5:15. The time before that, it was 6:15. I've had enough.
All right,
And I'm going to hold my composure, but that's been going on. There's nothing done to the builder.
What?
Well, I can tell you, I was made aware of it more recently, so as
This is
long
my
as you're
third
saying-
complaint in 30 days
As
of
long as you're saying
construction.
you had an email that I was involved in.
Yeah.
We had inspector go out there twice that week. Neither day was that happening. You know, and I know, a lot of times you're living next to it. I don't have people that come in at 6 a.m. every single day, right?
Right.
They are allowed to have their trucks and things over there. People can assemble. The working time and the noise restriction at 7 a.m. are valid 100%. But it's hard, right? Because I don't have people camped out at construction sites. But when I get a complaint, we investigate. A lot of times, by the time I know, it's already after that time frame. And we had that conversation that my code inspectors have to visually see it. Even if you send it to me, if I have to go to court, I have to physically have that documentation. So I'm trying to assist you, and the minute you had me involved, somebody came out 2 days that week. So I'm continuing to try to do that sporadically, but I don't know when that's going to happen, and we have said things to them, and they're fully aware. We've given them the ordinance. I have to physically catch it. So it is difficult. But I am
Nate.
fully in tune with what you're saying.
Nate,
I get it.
let's meet over there. We'll check on that. Okay, that's a very good point. We'll check into that, but okay. Time out.
Yeah, so my main points are I've been living with it for 3 years. It goes on consistently. For 3 years, I've had construction before 7 a.m. I'm the one out there videoing it. The trees, I can't even believe that we have to look at the plan because the plan clearly states it. There's no accountability to hold that builder responsible.
Nate, I want to see you, and we'll meet in your yard. Let's go through this thing.
I'm there.
I'm next door, so I'll come over, okay?
And I just want to be clear to council. I mean, again, there's no requirement that the trees get planted on day one. I think everybody understands that as well.
I'd like a little more understanding of
Absolutely.
the site, at the site, and see what pressure, because this has been going on for
It's been going on since 2001.
For 3 houses.
Construction since 2001?
No, we've been dealing with 2001 with Bill Mezek and
Well,
coming in and the trees and using the driveway. I mean, they never even replanted the piece of my property they tore up. I replanted that.
All right, let's get out there one day next week if we can. Okay, all good.
Thank you.
Okay. Next. Yeah, come on up. Your name, please, your name and address, please?
My name's Liam Shea. I live at 181
Okay.
Governor Markham Drive,
I
so
know,
I'm
okay, got you.
directly beside.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to touch on the construction of the extended detention basin on Lot 1. I went over and just took a quick look at it. Its slope exceeds the max slope specified in Pennsylvania's BMP manual of max 3-to-1. It's currently constructed at 2-to-1 slope. So, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot to lay people, but it's significant if you have to try and walk out of it particularly if it's wet. My concern is there are many young children in the area, and this currently is, the outflow is capped during construction so that sediment isn't making its way out of this basin. This thing will fill up 4 or 5 feet full of water, and the slope is significant. So what you need to understand is a wet slope like that is extremely dangerous for children, adults even.
Yes.
You know, I walked into this thing, I had a hard time getting out in dry conditions. This is another symptom of, I don't want to say a negligent contractor, but maybe an inattentive. You know, it's something that I would ask that the township looks into,
Sure thing.
and maybe have the contractor resurvey the area.
Yeah, I'll be clear on two things. One is, again, this site is under what's called an NPDS permit that's issued by the county. It's not closed out. It's an active permit.
I get that.
They can't get out. They need to do an as-built plan. They need to file all the paperwork with the state. There's a lot of steps that have to happen. That won't happen until they get done the other 2 lots. So there's a lot of things out there. We will absolutely take a look at that, and we will revisit that with the county.
I can guarantee you, he's not going to want to dig up the
But that's not,
existing detention.
if there's something that's negligent or needs to be taken care of, and Conservation District and the township flag it, that's going to be his problem to resolve.
Well, I just wanted to bring this to your attention.
I appreciate it.
That it is.
We're not there yet,
outside.
because it's, again, we're not at the final stage, so, again, that, trees being installed, stabilization, those are all at the end of the project, so we're not there yet.
I totally understand that.
Yep.
This is a step that happens earlier in the project, the detention basin. But I appreciate you looking into this.
We'll look into it.
And, yeah, and I also have videos of trucks out there early in the morning. I was looking at October 9th at 6:11, Carter Lumber making a delivery, you know, empty, you know, and it's not that it's just sitting there. He's actively unloading, and loading it. So this is, you know, it's happening. So it's not just Amy's imagination.
I'm not implying it isn't, I'll be quiet. I believe you, okay?
All
We'll
right.
have to take a look.
Well, thank you very much.
Sounds good. Anyone else? Yes, Dave?
Hi, Bernadette Rutledge, 89 Governor Markham Drive, so I'm right behind all of the massive houses. Probably similar to my other neighbors here, the reason I moved into Governor Markham was because of this space, was because of all the trees. You couldn't see a house looking behind my house, and now I have 3, one of which is extremely close to my fence line. I was curious to understand, I was Googling the setback, like, regulations. I guess it's like 30 feet. I think they're right up against that, maybe a little more lenience if I measured correctly, but I mean, it's right against my fence line. So I support Amy in terms of the trees. I recognize we can't move a house, though I would love to. But I guess supporting the trees, planting, and also trying to understand anything around the process of the permitting and kind of what allowed the houses to be placed where they're placed, considering the one is literally right against my fence.
Are any of them completed, the houses?
Yeah.
The lot 1, which is the front left, there's 3 lots in total. I believe you're saying you're to the rear, and there's a house being constructed currently that's between lot 1 and your property?
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a real narrow lot in the rear
Yes.
there. Yeah.
This thing's got to be at least 10 years old.
The plan?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was, if you recall, that was the one that went to the county. They appealed the zoning hearing
Yeah.
board and went to the
But I
county.
mean, even after that, it's been around a while.
It's been around a while. But I have a foundation as-built plan that shows the location of that foundation relative to the required setbacks.
Okay.
So I have that information, we can confirm that distance for you.
Okay,
If
that'd
you
be
want to give
helpful.
me your email address or Amanda here, and we can
Yeah.
get that information to you.
Okay,
And we can
great.
confirm that for you.
Thanks.
I should have that handy pretty quickly.
Okay. Dave, what do you got for us, buddy?
New things out. And Amy did a nice job, and if they're coming out, I live in the neighborhood too, Amy, you can bring me over and I'll be happy to share my thoughts. We actually, and I didn't realize they were coming tonight, we lived through this. There's some best practices that are missing out here. The lady about her setback that just came up, we had a huge problem, as you can remember, with the critical garage construction that happened. And we ended up having to get our own property boundary survey and mark it out. And the day that it was marked out, coincidentally, Michael and my wife Tuggle's lives were threatened at their school bus stop by the backing dump truck driver that was in a hurry to park on the site that Concord Township had supposedly shut down, and code enforcement, nobody could cite anything, get more videos and more pictures. What I'll say to more videos and more pictures, if you're not actually going to cite folks, and we got the impression the code enforcement was just coming out and laughing and joking with the guy that backed the dump truck up at my wife and son. You got to get serious and stop putting it on the residents. And the second thing, with the setback boundaries, I've seen a practice in other communities. When you're coming out to build a house on a property, not only do you post the building permit, but you get a survey so you don't have to get one like we had to in our situation, and then you stake the boundary. The official markers are at the corners, but the stakes along the boundary, and the lady that was just up here, she can come out with a laser measure and stand right on that boundary and point it right at the house, and she's going to get a measurement. And it should not be on her to go stake the boundary like it was on us. That builder can easily have, when they're getting the property boundary survey marked, just put stakes right around all those. And that's a practice that we saw wasn't getting done years ago and that we should be doing here. It is no extra burden to mark that boundary and to even put the building permit up with that information. It's a good best practice, recommended to implement. And yeah, she could go for 20 bucks over to Home Depot, buy a laser pointer, and it'll tell her exactly how far away. That's what our surveyor ended up doing with the measurements in our case. The offices are open on Veterans Day. The budget meeting that night, you are open. Okay. I do appreciate there's a new practice I saw this month. The agenda has a bunch of information attached to it, including the draft minutes from last week online. I don't know if that was intentional. I've never seen that before. They're all in the online.
We've been doing that for years.
Well, the last couple months didn't have it. I know that.
No, our public packet always includes
Well,
them.
we're glad we obliged you tonight.
Yeah.
What else you got, Dave?
And I'll have a comment in a minute. A recommendation for the budget, maybe I got to put this in an email. I think you need a budget to do a comprehensive plan. There is no current.
It's already in there. It's already in there.
Well, I can't see it. My recommendations, including what Trooper Wynn was saying, there has to be a law enforcement estimate in there, and there also has to be how we're going to look down the road for fire and rescue services, road infrastructure. Here's my laundry list. Open space, recreational options, update to the zoning map, and there's sewer plant developments, and I can forward that over.
All in there, Dave.
All right. And on the law enforcement side, I think we need to do a study. And Trooper Wynn points out it's getting really hard for the state police to provide coverage to our community and the people around here. A couple recommendations. Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development has resources and information. You can find it online. You can reach out to them. They do grants. Look at possibly a cost efficiency of regional police forces. And I'm not sure where, oh, he's not still here. Pennsylvania has a problem. We got way too many small municipalities, and it makes it really hard to cost effectively fund law enforcement. The state acknowledges that, and they put out information on how municipalities can regionalize it, so it'll be more cost effective. And do a study that comes back with options and costs. It's long past the point of saying it's just going to cost a lot of money and raise taxes. What does that really mean? And you also should check with the neighboring municipalities about a partnership or a joint option.
Something to consider. Thank you.
Yeah. The last thing, a little ethics reform thing out here. What you want to look at is your contractors that are bidding for contracts. The group there is the engineering group on that. It's a finance report for a political action committee. 3 executives from Pannoni Engineering made donations to a local political action committee that's very involved in the elective activities around here. I suggest that we start telling the folks that are bidding for work here that they should not be donating to local political action committees. It doesn't look good. 3 executives each dropped $1,000 into a local political action committee heavily involved in this government area, and it just doesn't look right. You want to tell the folks that are going to bid, and I think the county has developed a policy. I'll go look. I can throw it over the wall. So
Thank you for your
that's
insights.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Anyone else?
Steve Critchlow from 142 Governor Markham Drive.
How you been
I
doing?
wasn't planning on saying anything, but I apologize for interrupting and standing up too. And I don't want to lose my cool. So I had a few points that I wrote down, and Amy got up. Some of this stuff's already been said, but mine was the noise issue before 7 o'clock. That goes on often. They're unloading trucks. They're running the diesel trucks, even putting materials on the roof. That goes on a lot. And it's just always, it's something, always. And the trash, they don't clean the trash up. It blows all over the neighborhood. You're cleaning up off your own property.
That's not
Many
right.
times, nobody's going around at the end of the day doing it. And Bill Missick is not there in the morning most of the time. If he was there and stayed there from 7:15 till 10, he would see it. But whether he would enforce it, I don't know.
Okay.
The mud on the street is nuts. They even had a street cleaner come. And when they were done, it still was hardly touched. And today, it's just mud almost all the way down to Cheney Road. It's there because they drive in the mud, they drive off the mud, it goes up the street. Somebody should be here with a broom and a shovel cleaning it all the time.
I would agree. We don't want that.
I go out there with my own blower and my tractor, my grasshopper, blow the stuff back towards his way.
No,
Look all over
you
the
should
streets
not,
all
you
the
guys
time.
should not have to be doing that.
I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah, no,
It's nothing new. The trees, lots were cut down. The drawings that were proposed at the beginning, we'll never see all those trees go back in. He planted some trees there this year. They're dead. They're dead. They weren't water maintained. They're really small. They won't provide much privacy for years. And as far as waiting 2 or 3 years to go back on and fix the swimming pool, I'm going to call it a swimming pool, or a death trap for the kids. Why do we have to wait? The people moved in. They own it. It's done. That either a fence should be put around it or the slope should be changed, and it looks terrible. It just is eyesore too. And now the new house going in, that's got a swimming pool in it too in the front yard. Just a place for mosquitoes to grow. It really looks terrible. Why couldn't they put a dry well in or under the ground and not have that eyesore? Not have a danger issue, no mosquitoes, and look nice to the development. The houses just stand out. So they're nice looking homes, but they stand out so badly. So I apologize for my upsetness.
Don't apologize.
And I admire you guys to come up here and listen to us and do what you can, but anything would be helpful.
Yeah.
So appreciate that. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you. That's all right.
Not funny.
No,
You have the retention pond there. That's the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. That water fills up. It takes 3 days to drain. We have children up and down that road. I understand there's no fence required around it yet. If you have a swimming pool, you have to have a fence. My question is, if a child falls and drowns in that retention pond that's there, who's responsible, the township or the homeowner?
Well,
Wow was right, and I want it on record because I've talked to my neighbor who bought the house. I had dinner with him. He was very gracious to have dinner with me one night, and I sent it to him, and he looked at me and says, I have no idea. And that's the only thing I say, was you have another 2 houses, what, more retention ponds? God forbid if a child falls in there.
Okay.
I have a neighbor there, has 2 little children behind me. I have other neighbors there with children on the e-bikes. I've had them up my driveway. I don't mind them on my driveway. They're lovely children, but they're on the bikes. And what are they looking at? That damn hole in the ground with the water. And you know children in water. So I think that's serious. I'll be honest with you. Whoever had designed that retention pond is the stupidest idea I've seen in my life. That is stupid. I'm looking at, I'm like in the city of Philadelphia, back in the industrial area, with those big ponds. But that's, you know, I am emotional with children, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We, Steve, I think we will, I agree. We will handle this, I think. John, you want to come with me on this one too, maybe? From an engineering perspective, this has been going on way too long.
I'd love to.
Okay. Anything else? Seeing none, we will move right on in with the agenda. Yes? No, go ahead. Sure. Is this regarding Ridge Road? Okay. I'm going to go out of the room. I have recused myself since 2006 on this. So you're going to have to talk to this fine gentleman over here, and then I'll come back in and finish off the meeting, okay?
And I apologize, I thought you were
No,
going on that side for public comment and then this side of the room for public comment, so it was waiting. That's right, the bride and groom side.
We need her name. Can we have your name and address?
Yes, hi, Lucy McClure, 3 Beechwood Circle, Chadsford, PA. I'm a core member of a grassroots group called SaveRidge.org. We also incorporated as a nonprofit, Save 202 in Ridge, but we're going by SaveRidge.org. We have, as of today, approximately 1,000 people who've signed our petition against this development, and the signatories are not just from Chadsford Township, they also are from Concord Township, because it also affects your residents as well. I'm a lawyer. I've not done this kind of work before. I feel like I'm studying for a new kind of bar exam or something with learning about the municipality's planning code and your zoning ordinances. And so we're kind of going as we go along and doing our best. And with that said, I have to say that the experts that your township employs and the reports that they put out in response to the development and the questions that they ask of them or the points that they're making, I mean, that's great. We also have some maybe extra points that we might have found, but we're very pleased with your professionals that are going into this as well. With that said, I don't know if in your township there's been a situation like this before where, or I don't know if there has between Chadsford and Concord, or Concord and another township, where a huge development goes in to a certain township, but the main effects are felt by another township. And that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen here. It is. Ridge Road flows downhill. The residents that are around this development are Chadsford residents. So ultimately, when the matter comes before you, I know it's going to take time, but ultimately, when the matter comes before you, we hope that you will also you are hired, elected to represent the citizens of Concord Township, but in this matter, because the impacts and the effects of this are going to be felt mainly by Chadsford Township residents, not entirely, because there's Concord residents too, but the vast majority is Chadsford residents, so we ask that you consider our requests and concerns as well when it comes to safety and traffic and the possible water contamination and all of that. One other thing, 2 other things just about the developer. My colleague here, Hank Summer, he may or may not get up to speak, but we spoke to the developer outside at I believe it was October 22nd at a Chadsford Township meeting. 2 days after the developer was here, there was a Chadsford Township meeting, and we spoke to the whole array of people outside. It was just Hank and myself and the 5 of them. And, you know, we had a good conversation. We were expressing our concerns, and one of my colleagues from I don't go on Facebook a lot. One of my colleagues from my group sent to us that very day that, oh, Retail Sites LLC on their Facebook group, on their Facebook page has about the shops at Concord. And the picture I have it up here right now, and you can check it out yourself, of this development is like quite different than what their current plan is. As a matter of fact, what they're portraying on their website doesn't look too bad, despite, you know, the gas station and so forth like that. And so I bring this to their attention, and they look myself and Mr. Summer in the eye and say, we don't have a Facebook site. We don't have anything on Facebook. Now, I did not personally go on the Facebook site as of yet. I just learned about it from a colleague, so I took them at face value. I said, well, maybe you should look that up then. Maybe somebody's smishing you or phishing you or doing what people do, putting some, you know, generated thing out there. Well, that is not the case. And when you are lied to, and I will say lied to, in your face on a nothing burger, like this is a nothing, whether or not you have, or advertising this on your Facebook site. They didn't just say, we don't have this on our Facebook site. They're like, we don't have a Facebook site. Meanwhile, on October 7th, that's when they freshly redesigned their website. It is the same place. My mother, my dear mother in heaven, said, you know, reminded me and told me in my life, you know, when someone is dishonest with you on a small matter, you better be worried about whether they're going to be dishonest with you on larger matters. So that is just an impression and a true happening about this developer. And the last thing I will say is with respect to, and this is nothing like what's going on with your residents who have, I don't even know this development, but it sounds terrible. But as far as code enforcement and things go, you in 23 sign regulations, section 210-207, paragraph 1, paragraph C, do say that if a sign is going up, a sign shall not be erected until the subdivision or land development plan has been approved by the township and recorded. And your experts in one of the reports, and thank you again for all the right to knows, one of your experts in your reports noted that too and said, yes, they have a sign up that says development approved, and it is not approved. So personally, your code enforcement, I think, should go after that and either have them take it down or fine them about that. We may have other people here, you know, and we thank you for your planning commission for taking our memo from our group about the concerns that we have. We thank you for letting us speak to you, and it is quite a passionate matter for us. So. And I guess if I just have one other question based on what you said. So you're saying that on the 12th and the 17th that this matter will not be in any meeting?
Yeah, what I would suggest, sorry about the second, what I would suggest is keep track of the webpage. Amanda does communicate on a regular basis with the manager in Chad's Ford.
Right.
And they communicate about the meetings, et cetera. We should be receiving confirmation within the next day or two that they're going to move the deadlines back to next March. And because they're going to zoning, at least that's what they've said to us, they're going to go to zoning on the gas station. That's going to sort of put things on hold until that zoning decision is rendered.
Okay.
Okay, so so planning would be on hold, and certainly it's not going to come before the council until sometime next year.
Okay.
So Lucy McClure, thank you for your comments. I would just like to say that I get 1 to 2 emails every day from citizens of Concord and Chad's Ford about this project, and I answer every one of them. And I say the same thing. Thank you for your comments. This board has not seen the plan to review. It's still with the Planning Commission.
Yes.
So we can't make any comments on the plan until we get handed over from the Planning Commission. And then also you have the Zoning Hearing Board and the conditional use
Yes.
and land development, but we haven't seen it yet. All we have is a lot of comments and phone calls and statements. Some are true, some are not true. So for us to make any comments at this point, is not proper.
I understand that, and I'm not looking for a comment, but I appreciate the comment about my question about the meeting. We are just here to make our feelings known because we have told them, made our feelings known to the Planning Commission, but not to the supervisors yourself. And thank you again for...
To answer one question you posed earlier, has this ever happened before type of thing?
Yes.
Yes and no. And here's what I mean by that.
Okay.
When the Wegmans Shopping Center went in, part of that center is in Chadds Ford and part of that center is in Concord Township. So naturally there was coordination and it was going through both towns at the same time. The same thing with the shops on 202 on the other side from this
right.
project. Part of that is in Chadds Ford Township, part of that is in Concord Township. Again, they were sort of coordinated and they went through both towns in the normal process. This is a little unique that the land is, for all intents and purposes, in Concord Township, but it is bordering Chadds Ford. There is a provision in the code, our code, that suggests that there should be some coordination. And I think that's probably why the builder did go to Chadds Ford, because he recognized that and he made his picture, explained what he was doing, et cetera. So, and Concord Township is going to accept, for consideration, recommendations from the Chadds Ford Board and from the Chadds Ford citizens. But it all remains to be seen where all this is going to go. All right?
Thank you. And our supervisors did write a letter regarding that provision. So, our group, our citizens group, is kind of working in parallel with the township, because there's certain matters that the township can raise and there's other matters that the citizens are raising, and the developments that you mentioned with Wegmans, except for the Glen Eagle Square, because we're still talking about the same Spring Hill Farms residents, but with Wegmans, it's not like you had all these residents behind it, so there is a little bit of a difference there. But I appreciate, thank you for those for that that insight as well.
And one other thing, I have met with the chairperson of the supervisors in Chadds Ford. I've also been texting back and forth with her about the process. So there's great communication between the two townships. And we understand where you're coming from, and we're going to do our best to make sure we can satisfy everybody.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Cool. You tell Dominic he can come back in.
My name is Kathy Cured, and I live at 212 Bethel Road. This has to do with the Concord shops. I have friends that live in the Westchester area, and every time I see them or I go shopping and I see some of these people, I get asked about the Concord shops. And they wanted to know exactly what was going in there. So I said, well, I'll take a look at the application. And I guess it was last week, one of them saw the approval sign, and they have their nice red sign out there that says shops. That's going to be coming. So I went and I looked, and we know the 4 things that are in there. But the other 10 items that are going to be there are going to be 6 restaurants and 4 fast food. So I think they have misnamed their project. It should be the food court at Concord. Not to make it funny, but the thing is, when I go back now and I see some of these people tomorrow, I'm going to tell them exactly what's there. I mean, they're disgusted at what is there. I mean, they thought if we're going to have a shopping center, we should have something nice. And if you go out to the retail business people and you take a look at the grading of shopping centers or shopping malls, this is a 3rd-class shopping center, which I'll just read to you this. It has a high vacancy rate of 20% or plus after it is built. So this is one of the things I think Concord Township should think about, that we're going to probably, like every other place that's around here, we're not going to have it populated all the time. But we really don't need a food court. It'd be nice to have shops that we can shop in, because I like to shop. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Okay, can we get back to our regular meeting? Dominic, come on. We didn't miss you at all.
First is, part of it, the approval would be of the council public meeting minutes of October 7th, 2025. Dana, I think we have some bills to pay this month.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So total expenditures is $1,075,139.29. This consists of October payroll, which is $290,069.11. Current bills, $298,737.09, and our sewer bills at $486,333.09.
Mr. Gillespie, I think we have some certificate of payments, some financial releases, and an authorization to advertise, and also a bid award. So I'm going to hand all of them over to you.
Okay, thank you. Certificates for payment, the first one is the number one payment to Huff Lofting Timber Framing over at Bush Hill Barn for $57,447. The next one is certificate number 2 to Guy Cooper. This is at the sewer plant for the fire suppression system for $11,025. The next one is at payment number 3, which is a final payment to A.F. Damon for the road program of $18,815.72, which includes a change order number 1 of $8,174.70. That's included in the 18,000 number. And the next one is certificate number 2, which is a final payment to Sky General Construction, LLC, in the amount of $3,860. That's for a roof replacement at the sewer plant. And there's also a change order number 1 for a negative $2,800. So nice to see a negative change order. And financial releases, number 1, the final for 391 Concord Road for $9,491.40. Next one, certificate number 1, a final for Ridge Road Development, LP for sewer, $135,700. And again, this is work that was done at Ridge Road when Pet Narrow owned the project, and they had constructed a sewer system, so it's not the current owner or that, but it's on that site. The next one is number 7 to Orchard Knoll for $447,079.86 for clearing, E&S controls, landscaping, contingencies, engineering, and inspections. And then also we have the authorization to advertise for bids for the sewer maintenance contract. That's a 3-year contract. And we have a bid award for a snow removal contract for the year 2025 to 2027. And engineers are recommending that to be awarded to JNC Property Management. They're the same contractor that has been doing the snow removal for the last 3 years. That's the end of the report.
Okay, also we have to accept as complete for filing the following application: land development application of 476 Smithbridge Road, 2-lot subdivision. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have the ARPA project update and the Octorega Trail update. Amanda, Nate, you want to take those both? And
Yeah, the
let's
big
go
one
through
is
them.
the last of the main ARPA projects is Carter Way, and that's under construction. So we'll have that wrapped up here in the next few weeks here with the fall planting season. Otherwise, Octorega.
Yeah, I mean, I can give an update. We're still waiting on appraisals. So we're working out that process. We're hoping it gets done soon so we can report that to the grantor.
And we did get the first round of DEP comments on our permit back as well, so we're addressing those. Those are due back this month.
Okay. Next is Resolution 37 of 2025, which is the Emergency Operation Plan Update. This is something we've done before. Fred, I think you're here to maybe give us the highlights of this one-page document.
Okay, I guess we got 2 choices here. I can read this book to you.
No. Choice B.
All right, the plan is built in 3 pieces, and it's based on the incident command system, which the fire service and the police departments now have been using for years. Also NIMS, which is the National Incident Management System, which really makes room for the federal people to come help you. And if it's multi-agency, unified command. You can use it for emergency as well as planned events. It can be large events, small events. The fire department will use it for one-engine responses. Out west, they're using that system for the wildfires that they're fighting. 3 parts. The basic plan, there's a second part, which is checklists that would be used for an incident. And the third part is, we call it the NARM, is the Notification and Resource Manual. And that's got contact information in it, resource information. We've tried to put the changing parts that have to do with maintenance of the plan in that third section. The first piece we'll end up putting on the website. The second and third pieces are not subject to right to know. And that's for 2 reasons. One is security, and the other is the fact that there's a lot of personal information in it. There's, in the first section, a hazardous vulnerability analysis that we put together. And so many words, the first and most important issue that we deal with all the time is weather issues. We listed the second one as hazmat, both industry and commercial, plus our biggest issues are on the highway with truckloads of chemicals and so forth on motor vehicle accidents. In the planning, we look at different scenarios. Number one, how serious is it? How many people are involved? How much property is involved? And then how likely will it happen? And you got to balance those 2 out, and the plan will allow you to pick out what you need of it, use it. You don't have to use it all. Small events could be, like I say, a one-engine response. A planned event could be what Philadelphia went through when the Pope came. Okay?
Okay, sounds good. So this would be a motion to approve
Can
resolution.
can I just quickly say thank you so much to Fred? He's been working on this for this is a big endeavor when you update these plans. He coordinates amongst different agencies. It's a lot. He coordinates with HOA. It is extensive, the amount of work that goes into this plan, and it's taken the better part of several years. So I need to make sure that I say thank you so much. And I'm also going to point over to Lisa, who has been his scribe throughout and organizer of information and helping get that done. So I'm grateful for all of them and their efforts. It's so important for our community, and I'm thrilled that I have an expert like Fred here to do it.
I think that, I think I'm going to speak on behalf of my colleagues here. Many of us spent many years working with Fred here in the township. And if Fred gives us an emergency operation manual and puts his imprimatur on it, just show me where I have to vote. So I'm going to read this into the resolution, and we thank you for your hard work. But, okay, there you go, Fred. Great idea. Okay, so it's Resolution 37 of 2025. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of Concord Township, Delaware County, to approve and promulgate the updated Concord Township Emergency Operation Plan to be effective immediately, and to direct that this plan be implemented, maintained, and followed by all departments, agencies, and organizations within Concord Township as a guide for emergency management activities. This emergency operations plan supersedes Concord Township's previously enacted emergency operations plan. Do we have a motion to approve that resolution?
I so moved.
Do we have a second? Second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Resolution number 38, I think, John, you want to handle that one for us, please?
Sure. So this is a resolution authorizing application to the 2025 PICO Green Region Open Space Program for Concord Township bird blinds. So this is a grant for creating bird blinds in our township parks. And it's in the amount of $1,500. And so I move that we apply for this grant.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 That being said, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now that we're off the record, Colleen, you only have one more meeting to motion to adjourn or make a motion for anything. Yeah, why not? Okay, thank you for coming out this evening.